me share my screen.
Make it big enough.
Yeah. This is a big one.
Well, there's our DMs.
Right.
Clint Eastwood apples.
Clint Eastwood apples. The good, the bad, and the ugly. See what I did there?
Yes.
Yes.
I was saying to Rob, can you believe at 91 he is having a movie coming out? He's in a movie.
What movie?
Oh my gosh, I'll tell you in a minute. But it's just amazing what
a new Clint Eastwood movie. A new movie, but when is it coming out?
I will tell you in a moment.
Wow, he is 90.
He's remarkable. 91, I think.
91. Yeah, he was born, I guess, in late May 1930.
May 1930, you know that?
Late May, yeah, I guess, at the end of May 1930. Wow. And yes, it must be 91. Wow, he's an incredible guy. He's a genius. Clint Eastwood is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, he's just classic. It's like no matter what movie he's in, whether it be good or bad, I watch.
He can do anything. He's so diverse.
And what about his love for music, right?
Yes, exactly. He's a good pianist. He's a composer. I guess he wrote the soundtrack for a couple of movies of his.
Misty, I think, was one of them, right?
Maybe, yes.
Yeah. The movie is called, the release date is going to be October 22nd. And the movie is called Cry Macho. It's where a one-time rodeo star and washed up horse breeder, takes a job from his ex-boss. So kind of like a mentoring maybe type of movie, but should be good.
Have you seen The Mule? One of his
yes, I did. Wasn't that good?
Wonderful. Gran Torino. I love all his movies. Yes, fantastic.
Let's first talk about the good fruit. Who are the good fruit? Someone who helps. Someone who has good ideas. Good being the operative word. A lot of people have ideas. They're not always good. Has your best interest in mind. Wants to see you succeed. Is always there for you. Is trustworthy. Dependable. Non-judgmental. Experiences and expresses empathy for others, not just themselves. And is loyal to the people they care about. And you have a good fruit when the results of your time aren't wasted.
That's Rob. Description of Rob. Always there to help, has good ideas, have your best interest in mind, wants you to succeed, to see you succeed. Yes. This is his description. Trustworthy, dependable. Do you agree with me? Yes, I guess you do.
Oh, thank you.
Bad fruits.
Let's talk about the bad fruit.
The opposite of Rob.
Wants money only.
No, it's not.
Is in it for the wrong reasons. Overtalks. Is a time waster. Is rude when they don't get what is expected. Is demanding. They become a burden and they can't be trusted. They give negative vibes, always being negative. Take credit for others' work. They will always come up with a reason not to do it. And basically all the opposite of the good fruit.
I have some people in mind. That description.
I think we all do.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you read my mind. Yes.
So, and worse than the bad fruit, because the bad fruit are easy to spot, are the ugly fruit.
Even worse than the bad fruit.
Yes. Because they were once good. You trusted them. You believed in them. Intentional or what it becomes uses you. And you should not let them make you jaded. and it impacts you the most. These ugly fruit impact you the most.
Oh, someone who stabbed your back.
Yep.
Yes, a traitor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because
yeah,
because when you make these friends or trust these people or bring these people into your life, you end up feeling like, okay, you know, these are my number ones, and they turn on you or they let you down, and they look at you and, oh, who are you? You're not important. Nothing, you know. It's just that's what makes them the most ugliest fruit.
Yep.
yeah.
So-
And I think we've all come across them.
What's that?
I think, yes, throughout our lives, we've all come across all the fruits,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
But
May I
like
ask
you
it-
said, the ugliest is the worst.
May I ask a question? It's about grammar. Do you have a synonym for "don't let them make you jaded"? Because I understand the meaning, but a synonym for jaded, disappointed, or something like that.
Untrusting.
Untrusting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You become
Untrust-
cynical. You become cynical.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Okay.
You know,
So
Because I know "jaded" is a famous song by Aerosmith, but in this context, I wanted to know what it meant. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always here to learn. Don't forget that.
so like when you come across an ugly fruit, you would say, okay, well, are the rest of the good fruits in my life gonna do the same thing to me? So
Yeah, but that's a slippery slope, because you want to believe in the world people. And I guess if you have experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly, you don't want the ugly to dictate your relationships with the good one, where you're, yes, using the word again, jaded. So everything everybody says, becomes like you don't trust it, like you're trying to read between the lines, which is something I think what I did in a particular situation. And I mean,
Yeah.
it happened to be the case, but I think as a result of that horrific experience in my life, I tend to view other people sometimes in that way, that do they have my best interests, and I try to dissect things maybe on a level that I shouldn't. I think it's important to be guarded, but not be, yes, what Rob was saying, cynical, that you
Mhm.
can't be free with yourself.
mhm.
So let's
Exactly.
talk about how to recognize the good and the bad. Talk to their friends. See if their friends are like them. See how they act around others. Because people can say a lot of things, but how they act and what they do is the truth. It's not the words. So judge people by their actions, not their words. Spend time with them, but be careful not to get trapped by the bad fruit's negativity.
Mm.
Ask other people that are good fruits if they notice anything of the ordinary. He's sus, man. It's blue.
Mhm.
I don't know what it's blue means, but
It's oops. Um
Negative or
among us.
oh, okay. Bad fruits doesn't create, just destroys. It's okay to let people use you, but it's not okay to just be used. So this kind of goes along the lines of you can do things for people, but it's of your own volition. But if they use you for their own purposes without being asked or without your okay,
so a quid pro quo
yeah,
would be the, yeah.
Can I give my campfire analogy?
sure.
Okay. So you're at a campfire and I am, and I'm playing guitar for the group around me. They're using me for their personal music experience, and there could be a guy and a girl there. The guy's putting his arm around the girl and he's happy. He's using me for that, but I'm allowing that to happen. And I'm also using the guy that brought the food because I'm hungry and I want food, so he's making it and I'm using him, but he's happy allowing people to use him for that too, because everybody's there for the same exact thing, to have fun, to enjoy themselves. Nobody's using people just for their own benefit. It's for everybody's benefit.
I like that.
Yes.
Well, it's all balanced.
Any other ways to recognize the bad fruit and the good fruit? Or even the ugly fruit? Ugly fruit becomes apparent. So didn't really see much in that, but.
So what do you do when you do come across an ugly fruit, right? And you then start having a hard time opening up with the good fruit still in your life, you know? Like you just close completely and you're like, I don't know what to do, because you know, and this happens worldwide when, you know, this is with everything. This is with religion, this is with race, this is with all kinds of things. So what do you do when you come across that?
Yes, that's a good question. How do you behave?
Yes, you could, not in a real forthright confrontational way, but kind of, you know, call them out on it. You know, maybe give some examples and just, you know, say, you know, and that's what I feel like you're doing to me. You know, I could be wrong. And then maybe cite some examples that would give, you know, rise to your concerns and see how the person responds. Maybe they simply don't realize it because there's something going on with them and they don't take into account how it's affecting, you know, others in an existing relationship. You know, I don't think it's always good to, you know, call somebody outright, try to understand what is going on in that person's life to determine why the dynamic has changed. You know, maybe it has nothing to do with you, but something else, or not,
Right.
as the case may be.
Hey, Glennis.
So,
Glennis, do you
yes.
do you have the mic at your mouth, or do you have it up on the thing?
Oh, you're not hearing? Do you hear me better now?
So okay, so I wrote Here I Am. And it literally took 34 hours to write that song. And the person that wrote the song down on the other side while I was focusing and working and stuff like that, this is where I start feeling jaded, because we were really good friends, at least I thought. And then that person turns around and is like, I really just don't want anything to do with you. I'm like, oh, okay. Still want to be friends? Like, just talk once in a while, you know? And completely ghosted. Haven't heard from that person in a very long time. And when I offered even up some of the writing rights to the song, it was a flat no. Like, that's
that
how
in
much the
writing?
person didn't like me. That's what made me feel. So I was like, wow, why would you spend so much time with me, helping me focus on a song, and then do me like that? You know what I'm saying?
And did they respond?
No, not really. It was just more of, you know, I got not me, but them. They got personal issues that they got to deal with in their life, and this and that, and they don't have time for friends or whatever. And I thought that was just bull. I mean, if you didn't have time for it, why were you there in the beginning?
Yeah.
So whatever issues they were going through made me feel that any good fruit coming in that's going to help me write new music, like, is it going to just waste my time? You know, it's not. I write music. It's fantastic. But I want to make friends along the process and not people keep becoming ugly fruits. Sorry if you're listening to this, by the way, in the future.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So we have 3 quotes today
Oh, wow.
and 1 question. A bad tree cannot bear good fruit.
Yes.
From Jesus.
Yes.
And this one is unknown. The difference between money and time is you will always know how much money you have, but you will not always know how much time you have left.
Yes. So true.
And the last one is you cannot expect to reap the corn you have not sown.
Oh, yes, I like this one.
Indeed.
Exactly. Exactly.
And another one that we had that we didn't put up here was you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't try by Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's good. Yes.
So,
Oh,
and we'll close it out with a question of the day. Are you a good fruit or a bad fruit? Which one do you want to be?
yes.
So, Rob, you know, in my server, we've come across plenty of either bad fruits or what we thought were good fruits that turned into ugly fruits. We come so many.
Yes.
And you've watched it basically destroy my motivation for the server.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do to get not my motivation, the server back up and running in a positive way? You know, can we really dodge these things?
No, you're not going to be able to, but you have to be able to identify them quickly and remove the ones that aren't working.
Yes, before it's
Yeah.
too late.
Right.
Well,
Or
you
before it
also,
starts, before the bad fruit starts infecting the good fruit.
Exactly.
Exactly.
you also know that
Well,
the
sometimes it's
key-
not easy to identify them because, you know, some bad fruit are able to, you know, to disguise themselves. No,
Right.
you think that they're good, but they're not. And even the opposite can happen. You know, you think that that person is a bad fruit, but in fact, he is a good fruit. So it takes time. Sometimes it's very easy to identify those people.
And
you have
literally, it's like a piece of fruit. Sometimes it looks very
Yeah, exactly.
beautiful, all ripe to
Exactly.
eat on the, on the surface, but when you pick it up and you turn it
Exactly.
over, you see that it's rotten.
it
And
just doesn't
yeah.
make sense because we had so many people, so many, and they were great. They were fantastic at singing or playing guitar or piano or ukulele, and we had the order of you know, 1, 2, 3, basically, like what level you are on, whatever. People got mad about that, but I thought it was necessary at the time. And we had a lot of people that said, yeah, this is what I want to do, and then did nothing. We had there was Q that was wonderful at guitar or bass, whatever he was doing. And this is where Here I Am was even going to begin with Q helping out. And yeah, he was going to help out, but then for some reason always did what the bad fruit does,
Mhm.
and came up with a reason of either not do it or didn't show up whatsoever at all.
Mhm.
And so we went to Jason, and I'm just, you know, personal point of views, you know, I like Jason. He's really cool. But when it comes to Cusp Production, we want people that are in it for the right reasons. And that means you can't go in expecting to get money right off the bat. You have to come in here going, okay, I'm going to help you create this. And then on the back burner in the end, when it all pushes through, you know. But Jason had this whole thing coming in where, because he wasn't successful in what he was doing and he put a lot of money into what he was doing, that he didn't feel that he would be successful here either.
Right.
So that was just the end of that.
Look at here. Magic Jones.
Magic Joe.
Well,
you're talking
sometimes,
Right.
anything
Jason,
worth
yeah.
having, yeah, yeah.
Well, so what about him? Has he vanished?
No, he's still around in the back, and you know, he's very helpful with many, many, many things. You know, he's a really good friend. But unless the company changes to we could hire him on, I don't think that we will ever really see. And hopefully it changes in the future. Maybe he changes his mind and says, hey, you know.
So he wants to get paid, simple and plain, for what he could do for us. He doesn't believe in the project as, you know, You have to create, yeah, like you said, yes, to create something and collaborate with others. But it would like to do that, but at the same time, it would like to get paid for that, because he doesn't believe in this project 100%. That's my opinion. And so
And the other two people that I'm just gonna, sorry, I'm pointing people out, but the other two people that I'm gonna point out, and again, I completely like this person. I think they're awesome, but they don't show up to the meetings at all. Completely, they've gone away. And when I talk to them, they want to be a part of what I'm doing. But I ask, do you want to be a part of Cusp Productions? And then it's a yes and a no. Their mind's just thrown up and down about this. I want them to make up their mind, because this is what I call a time waster. I don't want my time wasted. Yes, I'll be your friend. I'll hang out with you. But when we talk about music, let's actually make music. If we're going to do it, let's do it, right?
it's a serious matter, yeah.
Yeah, and so this person is I apologize that my mind's having a blank, but Kevin's friend. What's his name? I'm so sorry. My mind is throwing blank.
Oh, you're talking about Gary.
Gary. Everybody loves
yeah.
Gary. Everybody loves Gary. But I don't think Gary sees what he really means to the company if he was to actually get himself together and start working on the projects.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but our newest addition to Cusp Productions, Artorias, is a prime example of wanting money up front, and in the strangest way that I've ever seen somebody ask for it. It was a very odd conversation. And
at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
4 a.m. Wow. Oh, yes.
Well, I think sometimes maybe people are missing the point here. I mean, in the mission statement, we're building a unique community of like-minded artists that can collaborate to create outstanding works and take their creative process to the next level. It's not as if, what am I trying to say? It's, again, a forum to come to just kind of spitball, if you will, to talk about things. It's not where, this site, in the end, yes, maybe will propel you to the level where you'll achieve the notoriety that you want and be, paid for it. But it's just a safe place to come, and, through talking and ideas, good things can come of it. I don't think there's ever been the promise that there's going to be money up front.
Right.
And I think, I don't know. And with the gentleman you were just speaking with, I found him to be extremely enlightened, well-spoken, and someone whom I think showed a lot of promise. But I think he's going through things in his own life. I think Marty, you, Rob, and I, we spent some time with him, trying to help him find other ways to, make money on a daily basis, even if it was working jobs remote from home. And he didn't take us up on any of that.
Well,
he's looking for a quick fix. And I don't know if that's generational or what.
Right. Here's another thing is, when I was 20, I was a brat. Okay. Like, just the biggest BRAT there was. I was a brat. And it took a lot of time to respect people. It took a lot of time to know the things that I was saying to people and how rude it sounded, and to catch myself before I say something. And the thought process when you get older, it's all about growing and learning. And
You
he's
get
20.
that filter.
Yeah. So when he came at 4 o'clock in the morning and started introducing this topic of money, it stunned both Rob and I. And we were like, okay, what have you done? Literally. And he's, well, I worked on the Discord side. Well, no, that's not what you're not going to get paid for that. It wasn't agreed upon or nothing. But it was like, okay, am I going to make any money off of Plucky Lion's newest upcoming song? No, you're not.
Why would
because
he?
you weren't on the project.
It was just an awkward conversation. But speak of the
yeah.
devil, he just messaged me.
Oh,
He
Really?
he heard you, Marty.
But if we
Really?
if we take people like Artorias, okay, we can shape those people, but we got to ask ourselves, do we have the time to shape those people? To
And
say,
is
hey,
it worth the investment?
is it? And with Artorias, from what I've heard, and Glennis, you've heard this, Rob, you've heard this, he's intelligent. He is super
He
intelligent.
really is. I mean, I'm impressed by him on so many levels. I really am. So it's unfortunate. And I think, Marty, maybe because you're younger, that maybe, you're someone just based on your own account, is someone who maybe is better able to help him, not being that far off your 20s.
So if we do
You
believe
know?
in somebody like Artorias,
Mhm.
then we should give them a chance. Try to shape them. Give it some time. Maybe we should give a couple conversations with Artorias, not like a drill, like blah, 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 no lecture. Just, hey, this is, let's be friends, this and that.
Knowledge has value to it. It doesn't always has to be monetary. And I mean, this is a site where, given his age, and I mean, given Fabrizio, your experience, and Marty, yours, and Rob, I mean, you can, just educate him on a level to help him grow emotionally and hopefully, from a skill set. I mean, I know he had mentioned writing a blog. We offered to, if he didn't feel his writing abilities were that great, I mean, we offered him help for him just to get his thoughts down, where we would just, tweak it for him.
It takes time. It takes time, and
But
young people are always in a hurry. They want
Yeah.
everything at once. They don't know the meaning of the word sacrifice, and practice,
It's
exercises.
all instant gratification for this generation, I guess.
So
All
when
right.
you're coming to Cusp Productions looking for something, if you don't find what you're looking for, walk back out the door.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Now, you're coming here with it right in front of your face when you get on the website, where it's collaboration with like-minded people. So if you get into this place and these people, we are not like-minded like them, then they can walk back out the door, and hopefully many will stay and say, hey, I do want to work on that project because this stuff is really cool. And then in the end, if there's money in the end, hey, there's money in the end. Fantastic. So a big question is, when one artist makes a lot of money, do the people down the chain get money too? And that was Artorias' question. Yeah. If you were working on the project, or if you were working in Cusp Productions as a pay by the hour kind of thing, yes, you would get paid. Well, of course, you're going to get paid by the hour anyway if you're on a job like that.
If I
But-
recall,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Marty, earlier on with some of the meetings, was there not some indication that certain proceeds from monies made on songs generated would go into a pool, if you will?
Yes.
And that some of those monies would then go toward promising people to help them along with their artistry,
Yeah.
be it lessons in songwriting, instrument playing, or, equipment and things. So,
Absolutely.
Yes.
right. Okay.
So the two differences on that is, when you have somebody like Artorias that isn't doing anything with music,
Well, he is.
Well, at the time, I don't know what he's doing currently,
Hmm.
but at the time, um, either writing a song yourself, helping somebody write a song, something like that. Would proceeds go back to that person? I don't really think it's important for proceeds to go back to a person that's just showing up in a meeting. But it is important for proceeds to go to anybody and everybody that is working on a project. So say I get a ton of money off of and I become a #1 top seller, or maybe it's Fabrizio. Maybe he becomes a #1 top seller. So some of those proceeds go back to the company to help people that come into the company record their music. Okay. Uh, Set up some merchandise, get the ball rolling with them, advertisements, stuff like that. So it just goes back into the company so that everything can revolve and loop back around again for the next person or the next person, next person. And that's how the foundation really
It's built.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got to have a
Kind of a
foundation.
pay it forward type of thing.
We've literally
You know-
made $9.
We're rich.
To date, we've made $9. And that's not even close to even scratching the surface of what I've invested in it.
Right.
Which has to come out first before we start passing the monies around.
The torch. That's what you could call it. You really do pass the torch.
Well, $9 is not bad. We have just started, so it's much better than nothing. Okay,
I would say so. $9 is $9.
Yeah. Exactly. What all the great rock stars started like that. Maybe at the first concert there were just 10 people. There's a great singer here, an Italian singer called Ligabue. His first concert counted 8 people. Now he needs stadiums because his audience is so large that they have to enter a stadium, a football stadium. Mm-hmm. So it's not important. This is just the beginning, so we can we have to take a step forward every day. Yes, to improve ourselves every day, be patient, and yes. And
it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
It's too early to come to a conclusion. It's just the beginning. We are shaping everything around us, and but I think the Cusp production is what we see today ourselves, because we are the only people who firmly and truly believe in this project, and the only ones who are always present at the meetings that really care about that. When I started doing this, and Rob sent all his poems send all his poems to me, I was enthusiastic. I still am, and I wrote 4 songs, and I'm still ready to do that because I firmly believe in that. So I know him, and so he's a very good friend of mine. So I was very happy to collaborate. But if people come here just to take, and they don't give anything because they just want to make money, because they want to be successful. Everyone wants to be successful, but first you have to make a lot of sacrifices. You have to prove yourself. You have to show that you are someone reliable, that you truly believe in what you are doing. But you've come here just because you want to get a share of the cake. No, that's not good. You're a time waster. We should write on the website, on the main page, no jerks and no time waster allowed. So because we have to be very clear, and from the beginning, well, what do you want from us? Why are you here? When you interview someone, you have to take someone on. He needs a job. He wants your money, but he has to tell you what he's expecting from you and what you expect from him. Right. So we have to be very clear from the beginning. You want to collaborate, you don't get any money because we have just started doing this job, and yes, we can share the money with you because we haven't earned anything at the moment. Right. It's okay. So you can have what we don't have, but if you firmly believe in this project, we will have this opportunity. But it's too early. It's too early to do that. You can't think about money as soon as you, you know, as soon as you agree with other people to start a project. So yes, this is, you know, this is the final act, you know, earning money, but you have to build, you know, if you have to build a house, you can't start from the windows, okay, or from the roof. You have to do something else.
Build the foundation.
Because, again, exactly. We
So-
are laying the foundation of this very good project. So
So,
$9
like-
is okay, I think.
Like if I was to go to a remote village out in the middle of somewhere, you know, and I'm an outsider, and I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay, right? Well, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a place to stay. I'm looking for food to eat. I'm looking for water to drink, right? These are the things that I'm looking for. What's their question going to be to me? What can you offer us?
Exactly.
What can you do for us? How can you help us build our community? Okay, so I'm a good carpenter, or I'm good at what's the term for the metal? Anyway, but you're good at something, so you now have something to offer them. Okay, cool. Now they can offer you something back. So this is collaboration in a community. So
Exactly.
now I have food, I have water, and you know this and that, and the way that I'm getting paid, my food and my water, is by what I'm able to do for them. So if Magic Jones could do for me music, background music, drums, bass, stuff like that, what would I have to offer back to Magic Jones for, you know, what's this exchange? Well, it can't be money up front from me all the time, or maybe from Rob. I don't know what his plans are on that. But what I do know is, what do I have to offer? I have song ideas that Magic Jones would fall in love with. Okay. Help me, I can help you. I write a lot of music. He writes a lot of music too. But I can write some really cool hits that sound like they're just going to get stuck in your head for a while. And I'll take a lot of time to make sure that little details get fixed and corrected, to make sure that this song is to the best, and push it out to some people just to get their ideas on that. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that that song sounds beautiful, fun, and really gets into the emotion.
I ask you, what is Magic's singing style? Do both your singing styles complement one another in some
100%.
fashion, where you could do like a
Yes.
duet? You know, you think of Shay and what's his name, you know, like, you know, maybe that would be something that could draw Magic in more, you know, not
Yeah.
only, you know, songwriters sing, you know, just a collaboration on a full circle, if you will, on all levels of
So
creative
he
process.
did tell me that he would be interested in doing something with me if I was to write a song that interested him. But that's
Mhm.
not what I want to do yet. I do want to write a song that would interest him, because I think it would be fun to collaborate with him in that way.
Mhm.
But I can also write songs for him that I
Mhm.
don't need to be a part of. And if he can help me, I can definitely help him. But he might say, well, I can write my own songs. Well, if you take from other people their ideas that they have thrown at you, like Rob has thrown some great stuff that I wouldn't have come up with, and I just put my melodies to it, you know? So Magic Jones can change the melodies or whatever, but the words, he can change those even too. But these things, these new ideas that, you know, 2 minds, 3 minds, 5 minds, 10 minds get together and they collaborate on a song. We've
But-
done this,
Well,
and we came
Martin,
out with a beautiful song.
Mari, sorry for interrupting you, but an artist talking to another artist, you said you would be interested in our project if you wrote songs that might interest him. But how can you write songs that might interest him? Are you sure that you could create something that would like to perform, to play, and to record, because are you sure about that? You have to be yourself. You don't have to write what he wants you to write.
Right.
You have
See,
to follow
that's where I
your
was going with
instinct.
that.
You don't have to. It's not a fair agreement. So
Right.
you write songs. If he likes them, okay. Maybe you just pick one of them and you can collaborate with them. But you sign a contract with a big company. Write 10 songs that they all have to be. They must be the greatest hits ever. You don't know. How can you tell that? You write songs because you have to be yourself. You're an artist, and if you like your music, if he likes your music, if he believes in you, he will collaborate with you. But
Yeah.
you are not forced to do that, because it's you have to be everything has to come naturally. You have to be spontaneous. You have to follow your instinct and write your songs. And I have written 4 songs, and I would like you to sing them. But first, you have to say yourself, yes, this would be this is perfect for me. I like this. I don't like this one. I would like to try this one. But
Right.
we
Yeah.
always write songs. But I have played tons of pieces, classical pieces, pop and rock music, but I don't like them all. I have played some of them because the audience responded to me and asked me to do that. Well, I like them, but they are not my favorites, all of them, So, but I have proved myself. I have tried to play any kind, any genre, any musical genre, any kind of music, different music. And but I have to be myself all the time, and I interpret all these songs the way I am. So just be yourself, and no, it's not a fair agreement. So,
Right.
No, and I agree with you, Fabrizio, in the sense that, obviously I'm not coming from an artistic place like you gentlemen, but, certainly as a listener, it's a world of difference when you watch someone who just sings a song as opposed to someone who sings a song where they feel it within their core. I mean, it's just a world of difference. So I think, yes, maintaining that authenticity, goes a long way in terms of, selling it to, your targeted audience.
Right.
And
So
Fabrizio has released a new video that I put in chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. I couldn't play it during our meeting. So.
You're
You'll
gonna
be-
laugh at
Yes,
it.
you're gonna
Am I?
laugh.
Okay.
Because this is my first time as an actor, and
Ah.
I have just found out that I am better as an actor than as a pianist. So I'm desperate, because I just told my wife I wasted all my life so far because I had to be an actor. Yeah, well, this is, yes, I've done something new, and I've just I put a lot of irony into this video, because I've mocked myself about my clothes, the way I'm dressed up. And so there are two pianists. The one of them, you already know, the pianist from the 18th century, and the other one, Jesse Faber. So I wanted to do something new, and my camera guy made some special effects in this video. It's an old and not very popular song by Queen. It's called "Dear Friends." Very few people know it, but it's a very melancholic, sad songs, even if it was written in a major key. And I wrote some variations, Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven style. You know what I mean? And the first part is the original Queen score, and the second part is my own composition. Yes, yeah, they sound like Haydn and Mozart, but it's mine. This piece is entirely mine, and well, it was fun. I enjoyed myself doing that. And the only bad thing about this is that it was June, and you know, June here in Italy, it's so well, the weather, it's so hot. So I, with that very heavy costume on me, and the heat, it was like, it was painful, believe me. But I enjoyed myself. So Rod said that that it was fun, that he enjoyed himself too by
Yeah.
watching that video. And
Please give it a thumbs up and a comment.
oh yes,
Okay.
leave a comment if you want, and share it if you like it, please. And so I'm very happy about that, that Martin is okay and that he will restart singing and writing very soon. And so Martin, please check the scores that we that Rob and I have written, those songs, and if you like them, tell me, you know, tell me if you like them and if you want to try them, because you know, they are open to any kind of changes. Okay, this is just the way I felt when I wrote the song, but if you have in mind something different, for example, a different arrangement, a different beat, you know, we can work on it together. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to work on when I was young next.
When I was young,
Yeah.
the lyrics are very, very good, and it's kind of
So
autobiographical song. I like it very much.
to finish up on trade for trade, basically,
Mhm.
when working with people, I can't write a song just to appease somebody else. It has to make me feel good, you know, and it would be like really hard to write a song for me and for another person that we could, you know, without that person constantly being in contact with me and going, yeah, yeah, this is it, man, you know. So
I
it'd be
know,
like,
I
it's
know.
just like a hit, like a needle in a haystack. Here, there's this one, there's this one, there's this one, there's this one, this one. But for a trade, if you sat down with me, if he sat down with me and we played around a little bit with music, I could come up with some really great stuff that I would arrange to where he would be like, yeah, this is really cool, you know, and let's go with that. Let's this and this. And I'd be like, awesome, take it away. And then he goes on the YouTube, you know, maybe it makes a hit, maybe it doesn't, but it sounds cool, you know, sell it. But for me, I'm gonna write my own music. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna write music with other people that really want to write music.
Exactly.
Um,
I like the
Yeah, I
way you
mean, it's a
sing and you
question, I
write.
guess, of, yeah, like you say, you can be an independent artist, but I mean, I guess, and maybe that's just the lane that some want to always be in, but, you know, collaboration, you know, can have its payoffs too, depending upon where you are, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
yeah, no, it's just
It would be
a,
interesting to arrange the same song in different ways. Yes, because you know, Martin, we live the same. I will well, I usually call it the same tragedy, because we as artists, we want to be ourselves, but at the same time we understand that we live in this world, and an artist without an audience, you know, not saying it is nothing, but it's going to be sad. We need an audience, and sometimes the audience wants us to be that way. So we have to be ourselves and to understand our audience's languages at the same time. And this is the most difficult thing to do, because be yourself, remain, stay yourself, and keep up with the time. You know, do you know what I mean? And so it would be interesting to try different versions, and you know, because you know, sometimes a different version, a different arrangement um, might be surprising, and you might like it. I'm not saying that you have to change yourself, because you know, I won't change myself, and you don't have to do that, because if you do this, you won't be successful. You have to be yourself and be very, and care so much about the way the audience respond to you in order to improve yourself. This is my personal experience because I experience this every day.
Right.
A couple of, maybe last month we talked about that, to remember. And so, so just continue to do what you have been doing so far. Because I like you as an artist, your voice, your interpretation, the way you write music. I'm here to help you. If arrangements, scores, I'm very, very good at writing scores and taking the notes by ear. So I have this great gift. So I'm here to help. So we can find an agreement as artists and understand each other much more. And but don't trade your talent, your personality with something else. You have to stay yourself. That's
Well,
the only thing I have learned so far.
what a lot of
I'm
people
not very
don't,
clever, but I can tell you this.
what a lot of people don't know about me is I found the elixir to life, the cure for immortality, So I will stay
Well,
32 for a very long time. And I'm actually writing music for the future. So if the generation now doesn't like it, yeah, it's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing.
not now that you have
Uh,
defeated COVID,
Right.
and you have to write a song, a kind of metaphoric song, but whatever comes to your mind, crosses your mind. I'm sure that you have something to say inside yourself.
Already started that.
And that it's gonna come out very very soon.
Mm.
And so restart writing as soon as you can. And and then if you have some ideas, just write them down, and we will help you to put all the pieces together and write other songs. Yes, When I Was Young is a very good song. We have two versions, mine and yours, and it would be very interesting to complete them, both of them,
So,
because
real quick, because I don't know how much of this video is getting added onto YouTube, but I do want to say
All of it.
that, okay, the people that I'm talking about and the names that I've mentioned, I'm not sitting here shaming people, but hopefully they listen to this message and say, hey, wow, you're a jerk, Martin. No, hopefully they listen to it and go, okay, I see where you're coming from now. And I get that.
Yeah.
And that's the good, the
right,
bad, and the ugly. I don't want these people to be bad and ugly.
Martin, we can write a song about them. No time, no, for example, No Time for Jerks.
No
I'm
time for jerks.
I'm joking, but with a metaphoric, but yes, but we, artists they just talk about their personal experiences. So it would be nice to do that, but Cusp Production has started. When we started this project, we didn't have any songs. Now we have a beautiful song, and we have 3-4 more songs to be completed, to be sung, to be arranged in different ways. So, forgive me if I'm going to repeat the same thing, but we should be clear from the beginning. Time waster. What do you want to do? We should have oblige them to be interviewed before they join us. What do you want to do? Because if they join a meeting and then for 1 week, 2 weeks, and they just vanished, and we know nothing about them anymore, they have just wasted our time, and we don't want our time wasted. Do you agree with me?
I
Because
agree.
if you are here, you have to work with us to collaborate. But money is the pinnacle of this journey. You can.
Fabrizio, I'm sorry to interrupt. I think, maybe as a precursor, perhaps, this would be a particular meeting that they should listen to. Say, hey, we'd like you to join us, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you listen to, this particular meeting and see if, you understand,
Exactly.
what we're about. And if they can buy into all of this, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then, let them make the decision at, that point. I
Exactly.
mean, I think this is kind of a good learning tool for anybody, coming on board or not, as the case may be.
Exactly. They have to know where the ship is going to. They have to know why the ship is leaving. If they agree with this, they will buy a ticket and travel with us. But they can't get off the ship whenever they like, because we have facts. We have a song. We have more songs to be completed to come, and so we have done something important. We are on the market. So we have an artist, we have a singer, we have a pianist, we have Rob, who is our leader. We have Glenis, who helps us. And so we truly firmly believe in this project. So do you want to, it's very simple. Do you want to write song with us? Do you want to arrange songs with us? Do you want to write a score with us? Do you want to create an album with us? Because the next objective is to create an album, because one song is good, but we need at least 8 songs for an album, because this is the average number of songs that are in an album today. So this is what we expect from people who would like to join this the Cusp.
And if
this is what I think.
If you say yes to those questions, stay on board with it too, and don't say, hey, I'm going to do this for you, and then turn around and say, it's been taking a long time, longer than I thought. I'm going to go $60 an hour now.
No. No. And another very important thing is that if you want to stay with us, do something, create something, show us that you can do this, because words are beautiful. I love people who are very good at talking to other people who have this gifts, but I prefer facts. When I said last time, verba volant, scripta manem, words fly, written things stay. We need facts. We have already produced facts. So if you wanna align yourself with this trend, you can stay, and we are very glad to welcome you in our team. But if you don't want to do this and you're here just to get your share of money, okay, you can leave because we don't need you. I don't want to waste my time. Okay, so this is the it's very simple. We were talking about Gary. We all love him, but as a friend, he would be a great friend. Just hanging out with him. But if you are here and you say that you're an artist, you want to, you write songs, you sing, you do this and that, just do it. But on a daily basis, because steadiness, balance, continuity, these are key words for a production. You can't write a song and then vanish and disappear for 3 months. Okay. If you work for a company, if you work for Sony, for example, and you do this, you're going to get fired in a sec, So it's not hard to understand this, but we have to be very clear. I know it might be painful, because, when you have to say, well, you have to do this. Okay, bye-bye, But I think that's the only thing we can do in order to protect this project, because the project is the most important thing. So we have been working on it for this reason. I don't want to sound as a brutal guy. Don't misunderstand me, because I'm a very sensitive person, and I respect everybody. I'm very patient, but when it comes down to working together, one has to be very clear. And I usually say these things to my kids and to my students, because well, there's a time for entertainment, and there's a time for sacrifice, when we have to work hard in order to achieve things. And so, Martin, you have been working hard. I have been working hard. Rob has been working hard. Glennis has been so supporting, and she has helped me with that letter, and we will talk about that next time maybe. And she's very supportive. So, and what about the other people? What about as they done what we have been doing so far?
And I hear you, because what Gary is so talented, and he makes so many promises and doesn't come through with them, and doesn't even show up at the meetings. And
Exactly.
there's times where he's like, well, I don't want to be a part of it. And there's times where I do want to be a part of it. No, you have to actually make up your mind, because if you just want to be a friend, that's cool. I'll be your friend. But if you want to do this, then let's do this, and stop getting my hopes up about it, because it's really, I'm okay, let's go there. It's really emotionally affecting my way of working, because I'm getting excited, and then it never happens. And then maybe Jason, I'm getting excited, that we're doing this, and then things get messed up over and over and over, and finally it gets finished.
Yes.
And finally I feel like, okay, this is done. And then he comments on YouTube saying, that it's cool that it's out there and this and that. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, I really wish you would have been on board with this,
Well,
all the way.
Martin, I think we should eliminate the word promises once for all. We just need facts. The only word I like is promising. It's kind of, it's grammar. But promises, we don't need promises. We need facts. We need hardworking people. We need people who are yes, committed, dedicated, willing to collaborate. Okay, this is the vocabulary I like the most, because I'm like that. I'm used to working hard, and when I believe in something, I do my best always. So we have a very good singer. We have, yes, a good pianist. May I say that? A good pianist. And we have Robin Glennis. We need, I think that we were talking about Magic, but what's his name? Jason Magic. I have forgotten the entire name. Magic. Okay. We need someone like Jason, a replacement, because simple and plain, he just collaborates with us if he gets paid. But at the time being, we can't do this. We should look for a replacement, someone like him who is able to arrange your song with a computer and try different diverse arrangements, and because he believes in this project, he truly believes in this project. And if we do this, we will be more relaxed, and our work will proceed much faster. I because you have my Sibelius files, you have my scores, but we need the final part. If we had this, we could do a lot of things, believe me, and an album will be ready early 2022. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. A replacement, because this is the missing part of the project. An editor, someone who truly understands all those devices, and Gary could do this, but he cannot be trusted, because it's so,
So Fabrizio, with Jason, this is how I feel. Okay, if Rob was to ask me, or if Glenn was to ask me, or if anybody was to ask me, even if my wife was to ask me, who would you want on your team? I'd say Jason. And then they'd be like, why would you want Jason? Like, Jason wants money. Be like, well, I like his style. I like how we flow together, how he creates it. I love that. And I've listened to a lot of people, and I take a lot of time and listen to a lot of people in these servers.
I know, Mark.
And then I come across Jason, and I'm like, that's what I want right there. That's what I need. But when we find people like that, and when they find out that you need them, you got to ask yourself, re-ask yourself, do you need them? Do you need them? Or can you guys work together and do you need each other? You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that
Yes.
somebody should feel so high about themselves that that they feel like, oh, they actually need me, so I'm going to put out this dollar amount now.
So, Martin, what does he want from you? Does he want you to sing his songs? That's what he wants?
No.
Or does he want to write songs together with you?
If we come up with a really cool song, then he would be able to, he said, collaborate, maybe, possibly.
Yes, but collaborate with him, but not as a Cusp guy. As
right, that's not what I want. I want it as Cusp.
Exactly. He's not a Cusp guy. We are all Cusp guys, and yes, he should collaborate with you or with me or with us as a Cusp guy. But he wants you outside the team.
Here's the thing,
am I correct?
Fabrizio. Yeah,
Okay.
Fabrizio, if you met Jason for a long time, talked to him for a long time like I did, and just sat there and just listened to him, and it's like the dude becomes your friend real fast. And you can't expect everybody that's your friend that's really good at what they do to want to work with you or anything, because they got other projects too, like they got stuff they're doing on the side too as well.
I understand that.
But what I would say hurt the most was when it was, I don't want to do this with you as a project.
Yes.
For fun. I want to do this for money because I need to pay the rent. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's not what you said in the beginning. But okay, so then I got frustrated, and Rob and I had to delay the song a couple months because
Exactly.
things stalled. And I don't want that ever again to happen. It might happen again, but I don't want that to happen again. So we got to pick our people, and we got to choose very carefully. And I still think that Jason should be the one, but in the future it could be somebody else. But I do need Jason to give me the backing tracks.
Yes, but
Because
yes, we got another option. Use Jason, but pay him and complete an album. But this will cost a lot of money.
It's not that just it will cost money. It's gonna feel like something's broken, something's missing. Like it's not Cusp Production.
Exactly. So there's someone like Jason here, not far from my flat. I know him, but he's kind of Jason, as an Italian guy who is very talented, and he does exactly what Jason does. I have lost contact with them, but I could get in touch with them very soon. But it's the same thing. They want to get paid because when you talk about projects, okay, well that's beautiful, but so if you stay in contact with them, but if you can find someone else, maybe it's like talking to a beautiful woman, it's talking to her. She's a beautiful woman, but she never goes out with you. So
yes.
okay, so it's beautiful. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, I love her. Beautiful. When I spend my time with her, it's so beautiful, but she never goes out with you. And so you had to find a different solution. Maybe a woman who talks less, but who really loves you. That's the right woman. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. We need someone. Do you agree with me, Rob?
Well, a couple of things that are on my mind is, yes, we're going to probably use Jason, but that's only effective enough to a degree because I can only spend so much if there's no money coming in. But if we get money coming in, then it's less of an issue.
As long as we get our backtracks. Because I gotta have the drummer on stage. He has to know what to play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta know that Jason can tell the other guy, hey, this is how it's played.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Jason a while back, and I'll ask him again. I don't want to be pushy, but please give me all the backing tracks so that I know how the song can be played. if I need to play it live ever. I like Jason a lot.
I know. I know you do. It's
know.
I know, but well, let's try again, Martin. It's very hard to tell you what you should do. He has been a useful resource because thanks to him, we have a song, a full song.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Oh,
I'd like him to change his attitude, to change his
Fabricio.
mind, and something.
What you just said is mind blowing. Okay, things have been difficult. Things have been tough. Things have been rough. Things have been stalled. But it's because of Rob, me, him, the person that I talked about in the beginning of this that, turned out to be a bad apple, not wanting to be a friend or anything of mine. But it's because of all this that song is even here.
Exactly.
So that is super important to think about. And Glennis too.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Glennis, I would say no, Rob. Glennis helped this song be released because
Exactly.
I was, and I'm very picky about who gets the rights to what. So Glennis steps in, contracts weren't signed, and then it was just finally just like, okay, then this is going to be like that, blah, blah, blah.
Bureaucracy, legal
this is it.
items. Yes, Glennis is perfect for this, and she's very good at doing this. So we are a good team. Yes, I repeat this. We need someone like Jason. This is the final part because that's what I'm missing too. Because as a pianist here, I'd like to perform and record whatever I'm doing, but I live in a flat. My digital piano is at my parents' house, so we need a professional figure like Jason. This is what we are missing at
Or
the
to
moment.
renegotiate with Jason.
Exactly. That's what I was about to tell you.
I doubt he'll change his mind.
Unless one of us blows up his music.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
But so back to the good, the bad, and the ugly. We got to ask ourselves, which one are we? We have a lot to say about a lot of people. We really do. But that's because it feels like we've been burnt.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're way over time.
It was all good topic of discussion and kind of working it through, and it's certainly not going to be solved here, but it's a good place to start. And like I said, I think it's a decent meeting that you should direct future
people to
people to gain a better understanding of what the
look. You want to
process
hear
is.
Complain? Listen to this video.
Next time on Drama Zoo.
No,
please,
please, Rob.
It's collaboration,
Rob,
maybe
no,
without financial reward,
yes,
but
I
certainly.
Rob is very dangerous. Are you joking, Rob? Don't
I
share
am
this
joking.
with. Oh, okay. Now I feel not because no. Well, what I wanted to say is that I'm not tired with this project. I'm still enthusiastic as I was at the beginning. So I'm going to stay here. I just missed 3 meetings because I was on vacation and I'm very bad at using my mobile phones. And when I was on vacation, I talked to Artorius. Do you remember that, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
And okay. So just the 4 of us, and we need a 5th member. I think I agree with Rob. It's going to be very hard. I don't think that Jason will change his mind. It's very hard to renegotiate with him. But let's give it a try, Martin. But I understand your position. So the thing I'm interested in, the thing I care the most now is that we are still together and that you are fine, Martin. And so start writing and sing and write all the time. And when you need my help, just feel free to ask me and write to me. And we have to complete another song. and the third song, the
Mhm.
fourth song, and fifth song till we hit the eighth song, and we have an album.
Right.
So we have started. We have to proceed.
Got to
To
keep
go
moving
on.
forward.
Exactly. Oh, sorry. Yes, we are. We are overtime. Yes, you're right.
All right, guys.
Sorry for that. Sorry for that.
It's all good conversation.
Okay. Ciao, Glynis. Ciao,
All right,
Rob.
ciao,
Bye,
ciao.
everyone.
And
For the rest of your
ciao,
weekend,
Martin. Okay.
stay healthy
okay.
and safe.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Ciao, my friends. Ciao.